Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with AJ Osborn for an interview today. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Could we start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Yeah, I am an actor based in Los Angeles, and I grew up in Indiana, um, and moved. I left Indiana when I must have been a senior in college, and then I moved to Singapore, and then I lived in Berlin after that, and then sort of crash landed here in LA. And as I told you before the interview, I also did a semester in Australia. So
Very cool. I
yeah.
like that. So, what drew you to acting?
Um, I went to film school and um I guess I probably always had thought I would like to try acting, but then I started going to school in Singapore. There was a thing that New York University had where you could go take all your classes and stuff in Asia, and I think then I just started getting booked, and I started modeling more, and then one thing led to another. And by the time I finished film school, then I kind of had an acting reel together. And my teachers kind of told me to move to LA, and I did. And I felt like that was probably bad advice because the only thing more upsetting to my parents than going to film school was was
Moving
deciding
away.
to do instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it all has sort of, you know, it's been a pretty nice journey. There's been hard parts so far, but for the most part, it's been good.
Yeah. Did you start with verticals or like feature films?
No, I started with like short films, things like that, indies, and then verticals just sort of popped up, like, because they're pretty new.
Yeah.
So I started, the verticals came on like a couple years after I started acting. So these are kind of like or at least in the Western market, they're more of like a COVID,
Mm,
post-pandemic development. Um,
yeah.
but I love it. I think verticals are so fun. I love the people that I get to work with. The castmates you get to meet are awesome, but then also the crew. There's a lot of people, because a lot of the production companies are from mainland China.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of like producers and directors and things that I might not have had the chance to work with had it not been
Yeah.
for verticals sort of becoming what they are.
That's cool. I like that. Okay. Has shooting vertical content changed how you move or pose for the camera?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good question. Yes, because you only have one third of, I mean, this is a
Mm.
lot of real estate, right? This is my self-tape backdrop that we got here. It's just a
Yeah.
sheet. I've done a poor job at going to the wall. Um, but yeah, it's made me a lot more technical, I guess I would say. Like it's cool because I think I always tell people, actors, I'm like, if you could do a vertical and then do a play, like do 6 months of verticals and then do 6 months or 3 months or whatever of a play, I think you would be in really, really good shape as an actor
Yeah.
because it's so technical and requires so much, and you don't have a lot of time to shoot them. You're basically shooting a feature film in 8 to 10 days.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, it's great practice, and I think that it's definitely helped me um, find a lot more stillness and a lot more sort of I guess form in terms
Mhm.
of on-screen acting. Also because like they shoot the vertically, obviously, and so a lot of times your feet are in the frame, so you don't always get marks. Like if
Yeah.
it's a close-up in you know more traditional horizontal stuff, you have a mark and you can kind of sense where the mark is and whatever. But in verticals, since they're seeing everything from head to toe, there's a lot of times where you're just like, oh, I hope that's where I was supposed to land.
I hope
So
my feet don't look like they're going the wrong way.
right, right. And I hope that I'm not totally out of focus,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. All right. Have you ever taken a modeling job that pushed you as a performer?
Um, it's a good question. I like that. Let me think. I always felt like doing shows, like runway shows or presentations, kind of made me feel more like it was a performance. I guess when you show up on set, you do have a certain you have to set the tone. You have to be ready, with how to move, how to make the clothes look good. There's a lot to juggle, but really it's that feeling of I'm thinking there was a show we did when I was in Singapore for G Star, this like denim brand, and it was so cool because they the way they had set up the runway and all the clothes and everything, it really felt like mannequins had come to life. Like it was this really cool concept. And yeah, it did feel like an elevated, almost like performance thing. But yeah.
Mm. Um, what acting skills help you most when modeling or vice versa?
Uh I think, as far as acting goes, I'm a big proponent of having different methodologies. For me, I like to. There's this lady Uta Hagen, um, who has this book called Respect for Acting that really really helps me with breaking down a character and how to get through rehearsals. Um, so that my foundational training was with Meisner, the studio in New York called William Esper, and I really liked that sort of just to get out of your head and into your body a little bit more. Um, and then I if the character's really complicated or really far away from me, if they do something that I wouldn't do, they have certain behaviors that um, I don't agree with, so that I don't judge them, I will sometimes use animal work as a sort of abstract way of getting into a character.
Yeah, that
So
makes
that's
sense.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
that's those are the three things that I would say are in my toolbox at all times.
that's good. No, that's good. Okay, if you could create your own project combining both modeling and acting, what would it be?
Ooh. Um, oh, that's fun. Um, I kind of, I guess this isn't more a specific project, but I really love um those sort of fashion films that certain brands do, whether it be like a men's fragrance or sometimes they have them for like alcohol brands. Like I'm thinking like Campari does these really cool like high concept fashion films where it's almost like there's a product that it's built around, but then the way that they shoot it and sort of design it, I love that kind of stuff where it's elevated. There was another one. I'm trying to think. Forget what brand it was, but they did it with Monica Bellucci um, in the '90s. And Chanel does it a lot. Like it's just I guess one of those types of like high concept sort of fashion films that sell a product. I think those are really fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's been your most memorable shoot or set experience so far?
Let's see. I well, I've had a couple. Um, this time last year we were shooting Lady Boss Small Town Valentine, the real short
Seen that.
one with
Yep.
Lily. And that one I loved. We were in Idlewild in this like little mountain town. We were staying at this inn that kind of I don't know. It was so interesting because it was the whole crew was from LA and everybody, but then we were all staying in these little cabins and that was a lot of fun. Like when I think about that, and there was fake snow everywhere. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And
That
that
was a
was the
good
very
one
first
too.
virtual, so I didn't know what to expect. So everything felt
Mm.
very, very brand new to me.
It was a whole new learning experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, what's been your proudest moment in your career so far?
Um, I mean, this is gonna sound cheesy, but just that I'm still here, that I'm still doing it, that I still am able to take care of myself and pay my bills, and the dream is still alive in me. It kind of changes, you're the dream can change with you. You're like, because when I started acting, I didn't even, verticals didn't really exist in the way that they do now, so I never thought about this as a path, you know. Um, so I think that sounds cliche, but the thing I'm most proud of is that I'm still here,
I think that's a
I'm
good one. I think that's a
yeah,
good one. Yeah,
yeah,
I think a lot of people are like just happy to still be doing what they love.
yeah, and having fun, they're still
Yeah,
discovering, I'm still excited. I like the job,
yeah,
so I feel, yeah, I think because I'm going on 10 years
it's cool.
soon. Yeah, yeah. Not 10 years of working professionally, but 10 years of like pursuing it, taking my first acting class and like kind of getting into it and like making that jump. I'm going on
Yeah,
10 next year.
yeah,
So yeah, there's a lot of reflection, I guess, that comes up with that kind of milestone.
that's really good. Like, I'm sure 10 years ago you didn't think that you're going to be exactly where you are now. So,
No, no. I mean, I didn't know, not at all. And it's interesting because maybe do you feel like this where it's like it flies by, but it also a lot's happened. Like it feels like
yeah,
yesterday, but it also feels like, whoa, so much has changed.
yeah, I get that. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
feel that in many, many different ways throughout your life. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just the push and pull of time, it's like it's
mm,
fast, it's slow, and it's
yeah, mm,
I think if I think too much about it, my head starts to spin a little bit.
yeah. Okay, what keeps you creatively inspired between projects?
Uh, well, this is one thing that I have to do soon. Travel. Just getting out of your day-to-day routine if you can, even if it's just like a small weekend trip, and I am saying this to me right now, this moment, just every time I go somewhere else, because there's a version of you that is the vacation version of you,
Yeah,
where you can kind of be you without the pull of, having to clean your apartment or, you know, go drop something off at the mail, like those routines that kind of tie you to this one fixed personality you have go away. And so I think travel is a really, really straightforward way of re-inspiring yourself.
yeah. I mean, I'm going on a holiday at the end of the
Where are you
year and I
going?
can't wait. I'm going to Melbourne to see my best friend for 8 days.
Oh, come on. Have you been before?
I've been to Melbourne once, but I only went for a like Comic-Con
Yeah.
convention, like a PAX convention. So I was only there
Yeah.
for like 4 days, but that was
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be re-inspired. You're
Yeah,
going
and
to have
it's a
to
child-free
go.
holiday, which is even better.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have some fun.
Okay. Um, how do you stay authentic and present on set with all the distractions like camera crew and time pressure?
Yeah. Um, practice, practice and time, I
Yeah.
think. The more I do it, the more comfortable I get with it. But when you're leading these things, whether you're leading, a Netflix series or you're leading a vertical or a play, whatever it is, it's like if you are number one or number two on a call sheet, you are very much responsible for the tone that you bring. So if you show up and you have an attitude or you're mean to people or and I'm not saying things don't get frustrating, right? Like
Mhm.
I definitely have been frustrated on set where I'm like, wait, we have to fix this. Like I can't work like this. But people have to do their jobs too, and everybody's doing their job to help you do your job as well. So it is like a group effort, right? And I think practice, and not just practice in terms of acting and getting used to the little distractions, but also moving with grace,
Yeah.
how to operate with grace under pressure,
Yes. So
and,
important.
also, and that's not to say like people pleasing. I notice a lot with, there's a sort of, and this isn't all the time, but I think that a lot of times I've noticed like my female co-stars will have a hard time with people pleasing. They'll say yes to
Mm.
something because because they don't want to be perceived as difficult, and they'll kind
Yeah.
of power through something where, me sitting there being like, wait, you can actually say something, or I
Mm.
can say something on your behalf, right? There've been a
Yeah.
couple times where I've spoken up for my co-stars, but so when I say grace, I don't mean people pleasing. I don't mean just saying yes to everything. I just mean, it's the 12th hour. You have to do one more scene. Everybody's tired. And if you throw a fit or you start making things worse for other people, the whole ship will go down because, you're setting the tone.
Yeah. No, I've heard that a lot.
The people say that a lot.
Yeah.
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 What do they say?
Well, they practically say, especially when you're like the lead, you need to like set the tone for the entire place. So like,
100%.
I mean, everybody brings things wherever they go. So yes, you've got your personal issues. You've got, things could be irritating, but you have to push past those while you're there
Right.
because you're like, as you said, setting the tone for everybody.
That's right.
So you just go like everybody being happy and getting along just makes the day easier for everyone.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. And it's good practice. It's really, really good practice.
Yeah. And I always say it's good when you've got somebody, if you are feeling down, you've got somebody on set that recognizes that and then can pull you away and try and help you through that so that you can enjoy the rest of your day.
That's the beauty of a really good co-star too. I think having an ally and an advocate, trying to think of I've had amazing co-stars, but like Haley, Lorelei and I
Mm,
are really, really good friends because of that, I think.
yeah.
Because I really felt like she was always kind of in my corner and she taught me the ropes, and vice versa. I felt
Yeah.
like I was able to sort of help advocate at certain times for her as well. And it just felt like a really good partnership of, creativity. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one of
yeah.
my questions was what makes a good scene partner for you, but that would be one thing.
Yeah. I mean that, but also like this whole interview is going to be about Haley. The other thing is like when your scene partner brings you into the reality of the world, it kind of makes your job so much easier. Um, because you have to do way less heavy lifting,
Yeah.
But I'm sure everybody says this, but I just had the best co-stars. Like I've
Not
really been,
everybody says that.
you know what?
Not everybody says that.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. Well, hopefully they're not talking about me.
No.
Um, yeah. No, but I was thinking about, doing 99 Charms with Nicole Maddox.
Mm.
She was amazing. Our birthdays are a day apart.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so they would just tell us to stop talking because we're both Geminis.
Yeah.
So that yeah, they were trying to like roll, and then I remember someone to be like, "Can you guys just stop?" Um, and then Casey Schreier, amazing. Like
Mhm.
truly, she was there when my dad passed away, and has been such a wonderful friend and support system for me. Um, yeah, I mean, I know I've had like fantastic, fantastic co-stars.
I'm glad to hear that.
I know now you got to
Some
interview them to make sure they say the same thing about me.
Shane loves you.
Yeah, well,
He
Shane better
gloated
love me.
about you a lot.
That's right. That's right. Shane better love me.
Um, I think my favorite vertical of yours so far is Till Bullets Do Us Part. I
Oh,
love that vertical.
wow. That was my very first one with 24K, and they were
Mhm.
they had reached out and they said, "Would you do this one?" They're like, "This is a like a gay love. What do they call it? Boy love? Is that
Yeah, I think
BL?"
that's what, yeah, boy love.
But it had some phrasing for it, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, that sounds cool." Um, and I hadn't worked with them before, and again, that is a testament to what a great set can do.
yeah,
Sorry, to low power mode. Um, Great crew. It's this amazing. Have you heard of 24K Onions?
yeah.
So it's run by Edward and Crystal, and and then also there's another producer named Carol that I mean they're just all every single person that works with them loves them and everybody that works for them is amazing. Uh, and that was my first one with them, and it's we have so much fun. There's this amazing director Simeon, um, who he also went to NYU, so we kind of have like a similar sort of training, I guess, as directors. Um, and I, yeah, I get so many messages about that one. Might get messages about a lot of them.
Yeah.
But Till Bullets is one that I feel like I think it just resonates with people because it's such a sort of slick action story. But then, you know, finding that in a sort of same-sex dynamic is not so common. So I
Yeah.
get all these
Agreed.
messages from fans um and just people being like, this really was helpful for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, right. Like what else? My
That's
like
good.
truly career fulfillment. I find that if somebody sits there and watches that vertical and they feel better about their own life because of whatever we came up with,
Mm.
I don't think I cannot think of anything more rewarding as an artist and as an actor than that.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
I
guess
love
that
that. Yeah. All right. If you could star in a vertical that you would class as your perfect storyline, what would it be?
okay. Okay, can I cast the other actors too?
Sure.
Okay. So I want to do one of the like ensemble ones where there's like four leads,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Okay, so I want Haley back. Haley and I have been trying to Haley, where are you? Um, I want Shane in there. I think Shane and I
Mm-hmm.
could do that. You know what I mean? And then I have this other friend. You know Kylie Carson? She's starting
Yeah.
Shara TV. So I harass Kylie all the time because I'm like, let's just get in a vertical together. So I want
Mm-hmm.
Kylie, Haley, and Shane.
Yeah.
Me. And then it would be, I want it to be like a destination one. Okay. Like maybe we were in like Hawaii, sort of like a White Lotus, but vertical style, where it's like it's sort of somebody's a billionaire, somebody dies, there's some sort of mystery, but we all just get to go travel, shoot a vertical for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
and get to be somewhere exotic like Hawaii or um I don't know, somewhere in Mexico.
Somewhere tropical.
I know, did I answer the question or did I just plan a vacation?
Maybe both.
Maybe both. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who to talk to. But that would be I think because you know what's great, what I love about this space is that you can do this stuff with your friends and you keep seeing the same people over and over again. So it feels small, but in a really, really nice way.
Yeah. You guys are very, very close.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I love
And,
that.
and yeah, and I think it's gonna change in the next year or so. I think it's getting more popular, it's getting more traction, more attention.
Yeah.
Um, but for now, it's like this is really such a golden era.
Yeah. But you've made those relationships already. So hopefully you can
Yeah,
just grow
that's
with
true.
that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm having a good time so far.
Good. Okay. If you could revisit any character you've played so far and perform it again with everything you know now, would you? And who would it be?
Oh, which one I would do again?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love Blake from Lady Boss's Small Town Valentine.
Yeah.
Did you know they made a book of that? Have you seen those? The
Oh, no, I
books?
didn't know that.
Yeah. So somebody messaged me, one of the fans messaged me, and they replaced the poster of the book. They just remade the poster with different versions of us, I guess.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, like they looked more like computer generated versions of us. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's a whole novel, like a novelization of Lady Boss. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and I love that character. He was just he was a true golden retriever person. There was
Mhm.
nothing ulterior or like sort of diabolical about Blake. He was just a nice guy trying to do the right thing. And um yeah, if I could relive any of those, it would be that.
Danny was the bad guy in that one.
Oh yeah, Danny. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Danny's great.
he is. Yeah, but not in that one.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. He was scary.
Yeah, he did it well though.
Yeah, he was great. No, he was such a good actor.
Yeah. Okay. The vertical format is evolving rapidly. What changes do you want to see over the next few years?
You know, I mean, I just hope that we can keep some of the simplicity and the charm of how it is now. Because I think it's going to expand and evolve, and more people are going to get involved, and more cooks in the kitchen and all that, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I just think it's such a fun time to be in this little arena that I hope that we can maintain and preserve some of this
Yeah. I
simplicity.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
beginning. It's kind of like I was talking with another actor because right now there's a cool thing happening where it's like they'll have two male leads, those are like co-leads. That
Yeah.
it seems to be a thing that's been happening a lot, like I did in 99 Charms.
Yeah.
Um, and we were talking about how it's cool that I get to meet other vertical guys, because
Yes.
usually your star is just the actress, and there's other actors obviously, but like the one you spend the most time with is the other lead. Um, and he described it as Babylon. Have you ever seen that movie Babylon, that Damien Chazelle movie?
No, I
Where
don't
it's
think I
like in
have.
Hollywood, it's kind of just flying by the seat of your pants, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if you got a problem, you got to fix it. It's very like cause and effect right now. And um, yeah, I don't know. I hope that we can preserve the fun.
Yeah. No, that's good. Okay. What makes a scene unforgettable for you?
Um, well, I'm thinking of, well, there's a couple. There's a couple actually. I think when the other actor is just 100% invested into the fake reality you guys are operating in. Like there was one scene, there's a couple. There was like Until Bullets, there was a part where um he starts having these dream sequences and I like visit him in the dream sequence, but then I realized that maybe the only time this character shows his emotions are in this sort of dream state that the other character fantasizes about, but in reality, he doesn't
Yeah.
really have that sort of emotional bandwidth. And so we just kind of found these quiet moments of like deep emotion because it was just, I saw where Grant was, and I sort of met him there. And it sort of is just like a moving train. Acting's kind of like a moving train, and you can either get on it or you just let it pass you by.
Yeah.
And there's another one with Haley. I thought that was there's so many good ones in Lady Boss, but part where what's he say? What was the line? It's like after the the bear incident and she is going back to New York or whatever, and they have this nice little dinner together, and it was just really sweet. And it was also sweet because it felt like it was, yeah, I guess I could feel the temporary nature of the film making process. And sorry, my phone is getting low on battery. Um,
Okay.
and so I think that sort of like temporary film making experience was doubled with the sort of fleeting moment of romance between Blake and Alexis and Lady
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, since your phone's dying, I'll just ask you a couple more questions.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
What
sorry,
is the
sorry. I was like,
All right.
I see notifications and I'm like, oh no.
That's
I can plug
okay.
it in there too. So you just tell me.
That's all right. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned from working in the industry so far?
Uh, just be prepared.
Mm.
Be prepared. Show up, ready to do the job, and then, like I said earlier, like handle it with grace. Grace under pressure for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. If you could go back and play one of your characters, sorry, if you could go back and be one of your characters for 24 hours just for fun, who would it be?
Okay, just for fun, not
Hmm.
to play, to actually live as the character.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's the most fun one I've gotten to play. I mean, I think Jack. I mean, Jack Lennox has a pretty good life. Jack from 99 Charms.
Yeah.
Yeah, his setup is pretty good.
Yeah. So it'd be fun to be
Yeah.
him for a day.
Yeah, I would definitely be Jack. He's rich and he's nice and everybody respects him. I was like that. I think he's got it. He's got it figured out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on set?
Um. Oh. Okay. I gotta protect the innocent here. I can't go too. Um. Oh man. Now I'm blanking. I mean, there's a couple things that I. Ah man. Can I plead the fifth on this one?
Sure.
You know, I was
You
thinking
can tell
it's
me
I
later.
don't want to out anybody else. I don't want to out anybody else because I'm sure they got funny stories about me too. So.
That's all right. All right. Is there a certain roles you feel less confident doing?
Uh. No. No. I feel especially like in vertical world, I feel like it's there's so much room to play and grow.
Mm,
I love all the characters that I've gotten to play. Um, I think a lot of them are darker than I am. You
yeah,
know, they have more of a darker edge, but I don't know. I know I feel very comfortable testing my range in vertical world.
good. All right. Last question. What does
Yeah.
a good day on set look like for you?
Ooh, okay. Not too early call time. Okay, so I'm talking like a comfortable, 9 a.m.
Mhm.
call, right? You get your coffee, you got your script sides the night before, you're just kind of reviewing them, you're ready to go. You get there, and then you get the shot, you know what I mean? Like you see it on screen and you're like, yes, we're making something cool here, right? It just feels
Yeah.
good. And then uh preferably it's like the last day of the shoot, everybody's having a good time. You wrap maybe 30 minutes early so everybody can relax. And then at the end, everybody pops champagne, which is what we do on 24K. Everybody gets a
Mhm.
little champagne. We all just talk and hang out for like,
I love
30
that.
minutes. The crew's wrapped out and I've wiped off all my hair and makeup stuff.
Yeah. When you're out in relax mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in Hawaii. I'm really
Yeah.
pulling for Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii, so now I'm just saying that.
Now you're manifesting it.
Yeah, I got to speak it into existence.
Yeah. Get Shane on board. Make
That's
it
right.
happen.
Right. I know. God, he's gotta work harder for this friendship.
You to tell him that.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for taking the time to have the interview with me today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
It was so wonderful talking to you.
Yeah, you too. All right. I'll talk to you again very soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, bye.